All right, if you're here to absolutely crush the IELTS listening test, you are in exactly the right place. We're about to break down the strategies that can take you from a good score to a truly great one. So let's just get right to it. What's the real difference between a decent IELTS score and a mind-blowing Band 9? I'll tell you right now, it's not just about cramming more vocabulary. The real secret? It's all about strategy. And that's what we're going to unpack today.
Here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 5 key stages. First, we have to know our enemy, understanding the test itself. Then, we'll focus on building your listening stamina. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of test day tactics. Then, we'll learn how to dodge the common traps they set for you. And we'll finish up with the most important part, the perfect practice system. Ready? Let's dive in.
All right, first things first, you gotta know your enemy. To win any battle, you have to understand the battlefield. And in this case, that means understanding exactly how this test is structured. So on the surface, it seems simple enough, right? It's 40 questions, and they're broken up into 4 different parts. But here's the catch. It's designed to get progressively harder as you go along. The first 2 parts, they kind of ease you in. They're usually in a social context, like someone making a phone call or a tour guide talking. But then you hit parts 3 and 4, and that's where the real challenge kicks in. This is academic stuff, and frankly, this is where a Band 7 student becomes a Band 9 student. Okay, next up, building your stamina. This is all about forging those core mental skills you need to succeed. Think of this as our training montage moment. Let's get to work. Now, here's a fact that might surprise you. The test requires about 30 minutes of nonstop, intense, focused listening. And for a lot of people, test day is the very first time they've ever tried to do that. That is a huge mistake. Your listening focus is just like a muscle, and it's like training for a marathon, right? You wouldn't just wake up one morning and decide to run 25 miles. No way. You'd start small and build up over time. It's the exact same principle here. And here's another non-negotiable rule for your training. On test day, you only get to hear the recording one time. That's it. It's supposed to mimic real life. So when you practice, you have to be strict with yourself. You can't get spoiled by hitting that rewind button. All right, section 3. We've built the muscle, now it's time to learn the moves. These are the specific high-impact tactics you can use right there in the heat of the moment on test day. Okay, listen up because this is so important and where people lose easy points. You have to follow the word count instructions to the letter. If it says one word and you write the airport, you get 0 points. Yep, even little words like and the count as a whole word. Don't throw away marks on something this simple. I love this quote because it leads us perfectly into our next tactic. Just think about it. On test day, your brain is like a phone battery. It starts at 100%, and every single little decision you make, every little thing you worry about, just drains it bit by bit. So, want to know a super simple hack to save some of that precious brain power? Here it is. Just decide right now that you're going to write all of your answers in capital letters. Boom. Just like that, you never have to waste a single ounce of mental energy wondering, wait, should this be capitalized? It's a tiny decision that saves a surprising amount of focus. And now it's time for section 4, dodging the common traps. Look, the test isn't necessarily trying to trick you, but it definitely has some challenges built in to separate the truly prepared students from everyone else. Let's learn how to see them coming. So here are the big 5 you need to watch out for. First, the speaker changing their answer. They'll say something like, the meeting's at 3 p.m. Oh, actually, hold on, it's at 4. The second trap is synonyms. The question might ask about a car, but the speaker talks about their vehicle. Third, plurals. Missing a single S on the end of a word can cost you the entire point. Fourth, unusual spellings. These are often names or places, and they'll usually spell it out for you, so listen carefully. And finally, negatives. Especially tricky ones like not unhelpful, which, wait for it, just means helpful. Sneaky, right? And that brings us to our final section. And honestly, this might be the most important part of this whole thing. This is the system that ensures all your hard work actually translates into a higher score. I really want you to let this idea sink in. It's not about just doing dozens of practice tests over and over. That's not practice. That's just reinforcing your mistakes. It's not about repetition. It's about smart, targeted improvement. The system itself is actually pretty simple. It's a powerful 3-step loop.
First, you test yourself under real exam conditions, no distractions. Second, you analyze. You go through every single mistake and figure out why you made it. Was it spelling? Did you not know a word? Did you just lose focus? And third, you improve. You work specifically on that weakness before you even think about taking another test. That's it. That's the secret sauce right there.
So after all of this, from the test format to the traps to the tactics, it really all comes down to this one simple question you have to ask yourself. Are you just practicing? Or are you practicing perfectly? Because your answer to that, well, that's what's going to get you to Band 9.